All right, guys. Today we are going to talk about the brake shot. I've got my new JFlowers Breaker. It's a sweet cue. It's a 13 mil carbon fiber breaker. A little bit lighter, but it really explodes that cue ball. And I find I am able to get a little more cue ball control on the brake as well. So I like to break um, just either center or a ball off center on either side, okay? And the goal on the break here, we have the 3, the 11, and the 13 for the first 3 balls, okay? The goal is to try to make the 11 or the 13 in the side pockets. Sometimes the head ball will go to one of the side pockets as well, okay? But you do want accuracy over power. You do want to hit the head ball as flush as possible. Yes, you can go second ball breaks, and I'll deal with that later. Right now, we're talking about a head ball break. You do want to transfer as much of that power that the cue ball has into the pack of balls, into the rack. If you are cutting this head ball at all, you're losing power, okay? If you're cutting it like a half ball, you're losing 50% of the power into the rack. Yes, your cue ball may go and whack some other balls around, but that's not really a sustainable break for a long-term plan, okay? Sustainable break is you want to try to keep that cue ball center table. I sometimes hit it and it ricochets straight back because I haven't quite developed the perfect feel yet for this tip to try to stun that cue ball and have it just stop center table. So I like to at least have it come straight back so I don't risk scratching in the sides or the corner. Have it come straight back and then it comes back towards the center of the table. But let's see if we can do some breaks and try to make the 11 and the 13, and we'll see how they play out. Okay, we're going to go center. I know a lot of players go right to the line. I like to go back a little bit because I like to use the table as a bridge point. Okay, now I aim low and then I raise up as I hit it. Okay, like this. Okay, not a bad break. Let's see if we can get the 11 or the 13 in the side pockets. Okay, not a bad break. We just missed the 11 in the side. Okay, this time let's move it about 3 balls off center. Okay, we'll make flush contact with that 3 ball. See if we can make that 11 and 13. Well, we made the 11 to the corner, but a very good spread, very doable run out here. So there we go. We got the 13 to the side, and we just about had the 8 to the other side. Okay, not a bad break. And let's get into talking about how you do the second ball break. Okay, let's do a second ball break. So now I'm going to be aiming for that 13 as flush as I can hit it. Okay, I go about a ball off the rail. If you're on a 9-foot table, I go about a ball and a half. If you're on a 7-foot, I go about 3/4 of a ball. But we're on an 8-foot, so I'll play it like this. I'm going to hit that 13 as flush as I can with some backspin and half a tip of outside left. Okay, we got a little jump on the cue ball. but we made a couple balls, and we do have some kind of a opening shot, so not too bad. All right, you see the 5 and the 8 ball? Well, if you're playing in a league where the 8 ball counts off the break, if there is a little gap in it, just a hair, you have a good chance of making the 8 ball right here. Check it out. Okay, we should get a lot of movement on that 8 ball because there's a little gap there. Okay, you can see we did move it towards the side pocket. We just didn't get it in. Okay, again, there's a little gap between the 5 and the 8. Let's see if we can make that 8. Oh, you see how the 8 came out like a bullet and just missed. All right, full disclosure, I'm not a pro and I'm not the best breaker in the world. I'm learning how to get more control, make sure I transfer all the power into the rack, get more control with the cue ball, and make balls. There's nothing worse than breaking dry 75 or 80% of the time. You're going to limit your chances of getting runouts because even if you're 50% on them, um, that means 50% of the time you do not have the first shot. Okay, so you're really going to limit your chances of getting EROs or early runouts, whatever you want to call them, runouts, if you don't make balls on the break. So it's important to try to practice breaks just as much as many other shots, okay? Because it is one of the most, if not the most, important shot you take because it sets you up for the run out, okay? And if you can run out a table, you need to make a ball on the break and have the cue ball preferably in this area of the table to give you the most chances, okay? Now the second ball break where we were hitting the 13 right here, 14 there now, sometimes the cue ball can get stuck down here, okay? Usually about 75 to 80% of the time you do have some kind of a shot either in these corners or the side pockets. But occasionally on that second ball break, you can get stuck behind a ball down here and have really limited shots. So on a larger table, like a 9 foot, I wouldn't recommend going for the second ball break. I would do a head ball break and really try to control it that way. See if you can make your ball number 2 and 3 in the side pockets. And let's run these out, guys. Talk soon.